How do these lip stains work? Well, basically you've got water, which is your base. You add to that polyvinyl alcohol, which is what gives you the peel off factor for it, or you can wipe it off if it doesn't peel, like my friend Elena is demoing here. And then you add pigments that get deposited on the lips underneath the peel, and you add extra mica to colour the peel off part. So we're going to try making some today. I've got two formulas for you. One is hot processed, which I'm starting now, and the other is cold processed, and we'll go over what I think is better at the end. For now, I've bought myself a stirrer hot plate purely because you need to keep this stirring most of the time if you're hot processing it, and that's very hard to do by hand because of the time it takes. If you have an overhead stirrer though, I'd say that was better, but you will still need a hot plate because you won't be able to heat it high enough without it. What you've seen me do is add the water and turn the stirrer on. It has a little magnetic bean inside it which gets activated by the stirrer and then just keeps this stirring. It does take a little bit just to get that at the right speed. Then I added my pigment blend. These are water-soluble pigments that stain. There are certain ones that you have to use, and all of this will be in the blog that's on Patreon along with measurements and everything. To that I added the polyvinyl alcohol. I sprinkled that in, and you saw me also mix it by hand just to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. I let that basically stir at room temperature for 30 minutes. Then after that, once the PVA has swollen up, I've turned the hot plate on, and we need to heat this to between 85 and 90 degrees C, and this will allow the PVA to fully dissolve. Once that's dissolved, you'll know it's done it because it does get slightly foamy on top, but don't worry about that. And it will also go translucent, so you can see it's less cloudy now, the colour's changed a little bit. We're going to turn the heat down because for the next ingredients, we need it to be below 80 degrees. So I'm going to give it a little stir, and then we have some glycerin here. And to that I'm adding some xanthan gum because we need this to also be a film former and also to gel the mixture. We mix it into the glycerin first so that it doesn't clump, and then we add it into our coloured mixture. We're not stirring at the moment, but we will do in a minute. Just add all of that in. And then I've got my preservative, which is phenoxyethanol EHG, because that works very well in makeup type products, and stir that. I was going to use the magnetic stirrer, but the trouble is with these, as the mixture gets more viscous, it becomes harder for the little magnet to do its job, so you will need to hand stir after this point, and just let it cool down completely to room temperature. Then you can add your other pigments. These again are water-soluble pigments of a certain type that need to be used in this that will do the staining, but the reason we're adding more now is to tone it. The first colour was to do the majority of the staining, and then the second colours you add are to create your different shades basically. So we're going to do that now and mix that in really thoroughly, and you can see we've now got a more red shade. Then we want the colour that's going to actually do the staining of the peel. So this won't stain your lips, but it will colour the bit that you peel off so that you get that, oh, it went on blue, now it's red kind of effect. So this was just blueberry mica from the soapery. And then we're going to add the polyisobutene. Butene. This is hydrogenated polyisobutene. You can use either. The hydrogenated version is easier to get hold of and slightly thinner. So all that will happen is you'll have a less viscous solution. So that is now ready. We can put this in our containers. And I've just got a normal lip gloss container. And I'm going to use a little funnel because this does take some time to pour in, so I'm going to speed up this footage because this filling process you're going to need some patience for. So there we are, that's the bottle filled up, and we're going to test it out now. I'm not going to test it on my lips because I don't want to, so I'm going to do it on my arm. and just do a thin layer like you would do on your lips, and then you'll be able to see what colour we get. So let's just do this, and then we let it dry down and see how long A, it takes to dry, and B, what sort of colour result we get afterwards. Right, so here we are after about 10 minutes, and that has fully dried down, and it seems to peel off nice and easy. However, I'm realising here that you can't see any colour. There is a very, very slight staining, but it is very slight. So I added some more pigment and I've adjusted the formula, and this is one with a bit more pigment added. It doesn't affect the peel off, it just has a bit more stain to it, so you can see it's stained there. So you can adjust the pigment intensity depending on what shade you want and how dark you want it to be, really. But as you can see, it peels off really well, so I would call this a success. So now we're going to try the cold process method, and this is basically the same, but I've tweaked the recipe a little bit, so there was slightly different amounts of things. We're still going to use the stirrer, but we're not going to use the hot plate. This is all done cold process, as I've seen apparently you can do, so I wanted to see if there was any difference. I've upped the pigment amount, as you can see it's quite dark to start with, and I've put all the pigment in at once. Then I've added my polyisobutene and my phenoxyethanol EHG. Then whilst that's stirring, I'm going to sprinkle in the PVA again, just like I did before, and make sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Keep that stirring. And then I've got my glycerin and xanthan gum, which I'm going to mix up again and add in. Again, this is the gelling agent, so we need this to thicken it, and it also helps with the film forming of the peel-off layer. Add that in as well. And then I've got an additional ingredient. I thought I'd add a bit more humectant, so I'm adding some hyaluronic acid gel. And then I'm just going to mix this in by hand because it is difficult on the stirrer. Now it's got more viscous, it doesn't seem to want to stir. So we'll do this by hand, take this off, and now we just need to leave it for 24 hours because supposedly that hydrates and dissolves the PVA without us needing to heat it at all. So we'll come back tomorrow and see if that's worked. So here we are after 24 hours, and it does look like it's mostly dissolved. I think possibly it could do with a little bit longer, because if I sort of wipe it on the side of the glass, I can see, well, there's bubbles, but there's also some little chunks, and I think it's sort of swollen but undissolved PVA. So we're mostly there. I think there's something in this. I think possibly it would work. But it just needs a little bit longer. But we're going to go ahead anyway because I need to finish this video. So in goes the blue pigment. Again, it's the same mica that I used before. This is just to colour the outer peel, so you get the blue as it's going on and then the reveal. And then we'll fast forward this bit because this was even more sort of thick and viscous than the other one and took forever. So this is me trying to fill with a little funnel. I did give up about halfway through and just had enough in the bottle to demo for you. The one thing I'd say about these lip peels is they're probably not that great for you, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any of the ingredients, but to keep sort of putting something on your lips and peeling it off, obviously there's the stress to your skin of peeling something off, so use them sparingly if you're going to use them. And this video was sort of more an experiment to see if I could do it and if I could figure out how to do it. So this is me demoing the cold process one, and you can see it's a little bit chunky going on. To be fair, some of this might be some of the mica that I didn't quite mix in properly. Help if I got it in frame. But yeah, we'll pop this on. We'll leave this for about 10 minutes. Again, you just want a thin coating. You don't need to lather it on. And then we'll come back and see what kind of peel off and staining we get with this one. If you're interested in my whole journey figuring this out, plus additional formulas using slightly different ingredients, then that is all on Patreon, including a patron exclusive, and then this video with the PDF formulations as well. This is that second one, the cold process one, and this peels off really nicely actually, all in one big chunk, and the pigment is a bit better there than in the previous one, so I've upped the pigment in the recipe so that you get a realistic payoff, but of course you could up it more if you want a more intense stain. It doesn't last very long, it will wash off after a few washes, but this is the first one I did in the gold, the long gold lid, and then the other one, the little one, is the cold process. If you like lip products, then I suggest you check out this video next where I make a colour changing lip balm.